Okay, we're live. Here we go.
Excellent. Perfect. It's so nice to be back at 12 o'clock for us on the East Coast. Good afternoon, East Coasters, and good morning to everyone else. Happy New Year. We're so happy you're here with us. I would like to personally welcome 2021 and say good riddance to 2020. I'm sure that many of you agree with me, although some good things did come out of 2020, just the ledger is definitely longer on the not so good things. So welcome to 2021 and welcome to being here with us today. We thank you guys for taking the time. I know Amanda has some great information for you about why we're here.
So first off, like Berta said, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning if you're on the West Coast, and good afternoon if you're on the East. Just a couple things as we start, a little bit of housekeeping. First off, we always love to hear where you're from. So where are you joining us from today? What are you thinking about today? How are you doing? How are you holding on in the midst of the new year and Epiphany coming up this week? Let us know in the chat box. We'd love to hear from you. We do want to let you know if you're tuning in right now and you watch the East Coast, you watch the East Coast this morning. We do want to let you know this is going to feel pretty similar because we want to make sure that we provide all the announcements to the West Coast that we did for you this morning. So just so you know, you're in for a similar treat, but still a treat nonetheless. Lastly, this will take about 30 minutes of your time. And we mention that because we are cognizant of the fact that it's a Monday. It could be a work day for many of us. And so we want to respect your time. And so as we get started here, we do ask also if you have any specific questions about what we talk about right now to just please hold them until our live Q&A today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So with that being said, Berta, let's start with some updates and news today. So where should we start?
Great. So I know that we have some information about our new board members, and Amanda's going to share that with us.
Yes. So we are proud to announce today that the board of directors for NPM has increased its size from 5 members to 7. And so we are proud to announce today that the 2 newest board members are Dolores Martinez and Andrea Ramos. So congratulations to Dolores and Andrea. We are so grateful that you will be representing us on the board of directors.
And we so appreciate all the work that the board does. We know that many times there are thankless tasks. And so it's very nice to have such involved leadership and leaders who certainly understand what we do as ministers. So welcome, Andrea and Dolores. We're so happy to have you. We also just want to make sure that the rest of us know that we have our new executive director joining us beginning next Monday, January 11th. Jennifer Klug will officially report for duty. She has been popping in with us and beginning to learn about NPM. She is an NPM member now. One of the things that I think is so interesting is that Jennifer did not know about NPM prior to applying for the position and did some great research. And as a choir member and a cantor, she said, oh my gosh, this is something I need to be involved in, and immediately joined even before she was hired. So we're so excited to have her. I think you guys are really going to love working with her. She is going to bring a great perspective to this leadership team. So we're really looking forward to having her with us next Monday in the office. Additionally, I know that Amanda is intending to interview her for Ministry Monday. And we've been talking about also trying to do a live chat with Jennifer, Amanda, and myself, just to give you guys some more information and insight on her and her vision for the association. So I think that that's just going to be great. Amanda, what else is coming up this week?
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the virtual Christmas concert is going to be happening. So we, of course, have been advertising for you to submit your virtual choir videos for Advent and Christmas. And honestly, Berta, I was overwhelmed at the number that we got. Like, it was overwhelming in a great way to see how many people, first off, involved their ministry this way, because we know how time consuming it can be, but also for you to submit it to us for the concert. So it was wonderful. The concert will be this Wednesday, the 6th, on our YouTube and Facebook channels at 12:30 Eastern time as part of our lunchtime concert series. If you submitted and we did not get you in because we did have too many submissions, we are creating a YouTube playlist of anyone that submitted their Christmas and Advent videos. So we're gonna have both opportunities. I will say though, please, if you can, tune into the live concert, because it was probably one of my favorite concerts that I've prepared and edited and prepared this year, well, last year and this year, for the virtual concerts that we've done.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so exciting. And I love also the fact that we do have access to that YouTube channel and to that playlist. I think especially as we look at the rest of the world that's starting to put away our Christmas decorations, and those beautiful lights that have been on homes are coming down this week. I noticed last night in my neighborhood that houses that have been lit up are suddenly dark again. How depressing. We know as Catholic musicians and as Catholics that the Christmas season is not over yet. So what a great opportunity this week to have some wonderful NPM provided music that we can listen to on our playlist on YouTube. So Amanda, thanks for your work on that, because I know that creating them is really difficult, and editing them and making a great product is also difficult. So Amanda spends a lot of time on that. Something else that we have been spending a lot of time on behind the scenes, you guys have not seen it yet, is refreshing our website. Amanda, you want to tell us a little bit about that before we share a little preview?
Yeah, absolutely. So many of you know that about 3 years ago at the Cincinnati National Convention, we premiered a new website. And of course, that was where we premiered the member library, where resources are available for members only. And that was a big step up for us in terms of technology at the time. But we also know that that website still had some navigation issues. It might not have been as user friendly. And so we've been working on that. And so we are proud to share that we have been giving the NPM website a fresh coat of paint, if you will, that's more user-friendly, is more streamlined, is a little bit easier to navigate. It's a little bit simpler. And so today, as we begin, we're proud to share some sneak peeks into the website. So we will warn you, if you were to go on npm.org right now, you won't see this just yet. We're working on this from the back end, and then we will convert the entire website once everything is ready to go. But we wanted to show you some because we've been working on it and we're excited. So let's start with the homepage. So let's sit with it. And Berta, why don't you just kind of walk us through? This is the look of the new homepage. So walk us through.
Excellent. So one of the things that we have determined from being able to look at our analytics from our website is that we have visitors who are trying to get information about NPM in addition to our members who are looking for specific content. So we're trying very hard on the front end of our website to make it more user-friendly for that person that's trying to determine what is NPM and what do they do, and is it for me? Do I want to be involved? So you'll notice on our homepage these great action photos of our members actually doing what we do, which I think is very exciting and very inviting. Amanda, could you scroll down a little bit?
You got it.
On our current website, we have banners that sliders that slide actually rather quickly, in our opinion. And what we really have decided to do instead of having a slider is to put latest news here at the bottom of the homepage. So anything that's coming up, anything that is news of note, we want to give you immediate access to, and just a few words about it to kind of tell you what you would find there. If you click and you want to read more, you'll see coming up will be the Ricky Manalo article that we just put in the notebook last week. So you could read that again here. Also our convention brochure link, as well as welcoming our new leadership, both to the board and to the executive director. So some easy things. Additionally, we have an events area, and we've determined that we're going to we have so many things happening at NPM every week that we're going to do our very best to keep this events to the things that are really, really cogent and exciting for you. Like this week, our virtual Christmas concert, and then an event that we're really excited about on January 19th, a song for unity, addressing racism in the church and society, that will be offered by Ansel Augustine and Valimar Jansen. As a reminder for all of you, that is a free event to all of our members, but it does require registration. So if you're interested in that event, make sure you go to npm.org and register for it. Again, I think that this page is very refreshing and exciting and will offer a lot of information. Amanda, what if we go to the chapter page next? One of my favorites, one of my favorite pages.
Okay. All right. So here in the chapters area, this is still a work in progress, but our main thing, our main focus for the chapters area is number one, to help new members or prospective members find the inspiration and the information they need to really connect to a local chapter. This has been a challenge in the past. We've heard this. We also know that there are some regions of the country that don't have chapters as close to them, and they're not sure where the local and the easiest and most recent chapter is. So for now, we're going to show you a portion of the new chapters area of the website. Our two main buckets of information are going to be connecting to a chapter and chapters in action, where we can show you where and what has been going on with chapters. But today, we're just going to focus on connect to a chapter because we're really proud of this. We wanted to make sure that it was as easy as possible for you to find the easiest, most local chapter, while also keeping in mind the regions that we at NPM are currently using. So as you can see here, we're now starting to use a Google map that's interactive, that first off is color-coded to represent the regions that we at NPM are starting to identify with regional representatives. And then at a more local level, let's say I am from, let's say I'm from Houston. Let's say I'm from the Houston area and I don't really know where to start. I don't know who to contact. You can simply zoom into the map and you can, anytime there's a small NPM logo, that's where a chapter is. And by just hovering my mouse over that NPM logo, I can see that in the Galveston, Houston area that I need to reach out to Pamela, and her contact information is there as a chapter director. So we hope that this is a very interactive and easy way for you to first off find contact information, but also see visually where the most local and possible chapter for you to connect with is on the map. And I will say too, this is currently for the United States only. But we hope in the future to reflect more. But for now, this is the focus.
I love this map. I think it's so exciting. And I think it's going to be more and more fun as we continue to expand ourselves onto the West Coast, that we're going to see more and more of those blue NPMs popping up. So we definitely can see that west of the Mississippi, we need to be really doing some work for NPM and making sure that we're really evangelizing our mission. So I'm so excited about this map. You guys have no idea how much work this has been, but we think it's worth it. So we hope that you guys do too. All right, as much as I would love to just sit here and look at this map for the rest of the day, let's talk about membership.
Okay. So we're going to go to the membership area, and today Berta is going to break down what membership is going to look like. So Berta, why don't we talk a little bit about that?
All right, membership is obviously something that has been very complex for us at NPM. Currently, we have 15 membership options, which require their own coding in our database and also in their own understanding of benefits. 15 is hard to keep track of. In our new structure, we have just 3 levels. But I think that you'll find that you easily fit into one of these sections. So Amanda, let's look at our basic membership. Basic membership is really designed with clergy, choir members, cantors, our volunteers in our parish that may or may not necessarily want to attend a convention or training opportunities, or necessarily need our print publications, but they want to stay in the know and they want to be connected at the chapter level and they want to know what's happening nationally. So if you see in this basic membership, Amanda, if you wouldn't mind scrolling down, you'll see exactly what things are included in this level of membership. Lots, but certainly, as we all know, as standard as our current individual members, not as much as NPM has to offer, but it's a great taste, a great entry level, an entryway to get into NPM and what we have to offer. Let's look at our standard level, which is where most of our members are going to end up falling. Our standard level of membership is really for what would have been in the past, individual members, parish members, clergy members, retired, youth, etc. That great myriad, kind of our biggest pool of members. Our standard level, again, print publications, etc. You can again scroll down and you'll see all the things that standard membership would afford for you. There are a couple of things that are a little more complicated in our current conversion. If you have been in the past, if you had a parish membership, That is one of our most complicated membership levels to understand. If you had a parish membership and you had 4 named members, perhaps your clergy, your accompanist, and your liturgist in addition to yourself, each of those people would be receiving full membership benefits. But in addition to that, your choir members or cantors would also have access to any training opportunities that we had. They could apply for a certificate, or they could come to convention at a reduced rate. We want to make sure that we don't lose those people who had been receiving that benefit. So in the next couple of days, hopefully Wednesday morning, an email is going to go out to all parish membership leaders. So if you were listed as the leader in a parish membership, you'll receive an email asking you to provide 5 names, 5 members in your ministry that you think should be NPM members, either people that have already been experiencing NPM membership benefits, or you think would benefit from it in the future. We're going to go ahead and create them as standard membership levels. They will be in a standard tier, and they will continue to have that membership at no additional charge through the duration of your membership. So until your next renewal date comes through, they would have that membership. So again, please be looking for that email that is going to be coming from me with the information that needs to be completed. And I'm asking that you return that to me by February 12th so that we can get those members set up. Amanda, does that make sense? Did I leave anything else out about that?
No, I think it's good. I think it's good to just remind people, first off, that there is no charging in order for us to re-envision the parish membership. And that really what we hope to do is to simply identify people that were already on your parish membership and give them their own complimentary, for now, membership until your current date for expiration or renewal comes up in your parish membership. So there's no charging happening right now. It's just a re-envisioning, if you will, as to how to look to that parish membership.
Yes, great. All right, let's look at our last tier, which is our premium tier. And this is really designed for music directors, diocesan leaders, liturgists, those people that are really involved in full-time ministry and might want access to everything NPM has to offer. This is really perfect for that member that's looking for year-round networking opportunities and that want to take advantage of multiple formation events throughout the year. As you can see, everything is checked at the premium level. This equates in our former experience to somebody who would have been in the Director of Music Ministries division, somebody that would want to have access to the colloquium or the retreat, etc. That's where you're going to find those types of benefits would be at the premium level. Now, I want to tell you guys that these conversions are going to happen automatically and actually are in process even as we speak. Some of you may have already received some notification about them. You should expect to receive an email from us either later today or tomorrow, letting you know your new membership tier and providing any additional information you might need. This email is also going to tell you about a couple of new features to our database, including the ability to update personal information, generate an invoice for your membership renewal on your own, and your ability to identify forums on which you might like to participate. If you have specific questions, be sure you tune in at 3 o'clock today Eastern Time for our live Q&A, and we'll try to address them specifically at that time. Anything else, Amanda, that you can think about membership that we need to cover?
There's one thing that I didn't mention that I just want to make sure that I do. One of the things that we are seeing as a shift in NPM that I didn't mention in the chapters area is that when you sign up as a new member for NPM, you are now assigned to a local chapter, and that chapter is supported both financially and programmatically by the National Association of Pastoral Musicians. And that is a shift. Previously, chapter dues weren't something that were required, but now in these membership tiers and in the re-envisioning for NPM, you will be able to find financial support for chapters in your membership fee.
That's great. Excellent. All right, so I'm sure that that's a lot for you all to absorb about those membership tiers. So again, if you do have questions, please bring them to us today at 3 o'clock. We would love to answer them as we can. The last thing that I want to talk to you about today is about our 2021 convention.
Woohoo!
Many of you have been asking, and we're so excited to share this information. Amanda, can you please show us our convention brochure?
Yes. And I have to say too, before I hit share screen, that I want to take a second and thank you, members, for hanging on and trusting us in 2020 when we went to do what we had never done before and have an all virtual convention in light of COVID-19. And so thank you for trusting us. Thank you so much. We hope you had as wonderful as an experience as we did. Wonderful feedback from you. And we hope that as we move forward, we just ask you to trust us and walk a little bit further as we show you what we have in mind. So with that being said, here is the cover for this year's booklet for convention.
So just so you know, the dates are set for the convention, July 27th to 30th, and the location is in New Orleans, Louisiana. We're really excited about going to New Orleans. Our members have been asking for this convention for a long time. Now, we realize that the world is the world. And while we have left that year behind us, we know that everything has not changed in 2021. So we want to be very aware of the fact that we need to plan accordingly. So our convention this year is being planned as a hybrid convention. That means there will be virtual aspects of the convention as well as on-site aspects of the convention, and they'll be shared equally. So if you register as a virtual participant, you will also see things that are happening in real time in New Orleans, in the ballroom, at the Marriott, or at the cathedral on Friday. So you will have access. It will feel just like you are there with the people who are gathered in person. If you feel that you're going to be able to travel and you're ready to come to New Orleans and you want to join us, you'll have that on-site experience again at the Marriott, but you will also experience some of our content virtually. For instance, we might all be sitting together in the Marriott ballroom, watching on 4 large screens what is actually coming into us as a pre-recorded content, and then having additional conversation based on that. We're pretty confident that this is going to be a great opportunity for us. We are setting this convention up so that the cost for virtual or the cost for on-site is the same. That makes it pretty easy to switch back and forth between the two. So for instance, if you're just not confident that you're going to have your vaccine yet, you're not ready to commit to traveling, register for the virtual convention. Before July 1, you decide, I'm ready to go to New Orleans. Everything looks great. The world is clearing up. People are healthy. We're having good social distancing, and we really feel like we're ready to travel. You can contact us and we will just immediately switch you over to the in-person experience for the convention. Same thing, if you should register for the on-site experience and then determine that you're just not ready to travel yet, or perhaps you just don't have the funds to make the trip, let us know. We'll switch you right back over to the virtual. So the experience should be pretty seamless. I think that the platform that we used last year, Amanda and I will tell you, was a relatively good experience for us. We have a new platform builder this year. They're already building. Last year, we didn't even start the building process until April. So the fact that we're already building this platform, I think you guys are going to be so impressed with it. We're super excited. And I do want to give you a spoiler alert, which you will see in the brochure once it arrives, hopefully in your mailbox next week. They were mailed from the printer last Thursday, so you should be receiving it very soon. Sister Helen Prejean is our keynote speaker on Tuesday. And if you are not aware of who she is, I really encourage you to look into her. She's the author of the book Dead Man Walking. She is a death row social justice advocate, and we are so thrilled to have her as part of our convention experience. I think you guys are going to love it. Amanda, what else about New Orleans?
I think it's important to emphasize again that if you choose to change your mind once you register, that up until July 1st, it will not cost you anything to switch between virtual and in-person. And so if for whatever reason you decide to play it safe and register as a virtual participant, and then you maybe suffer from fear of missing out, fear of missing New Orleans, and you have the vaccine, you're feeling really good, you're feeling better about it, up until July 1st, you can do that switch very easily. And so I think that's really important to emphasize. And I think it's a huge, huge progress for NPM to provide both in-person and virtual, because let's be honest, like you said, some of us may not be able to afford going to the convention every year, especially this year when so many of our job landscapes have changed. So I really think that these are going to be two great options that we have the advantage of time on our side for this year. So we've already to plan and build, like Berta has said.
Yeah, so we're super excited about that. We also have a ton of other things coming up. Amanda, you want to give us a little more information about that before we end today?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have a lot of programming coming down the pipe for the next couple of months, but I want to just touch on just a couple. First off, we still plan to have our lunchtime concert series on Wednesday at 12:30, as well as our Thursday thoughts at 3 p.m., both in Eastern time. They will still be available on our Facebook and our YouTube channels. We are having additional programming available for free for all NPM members. The next piece of programming that we are so excited to share is called A Song for Unity, Addressing Racism in the Church and Society. And it will be presented by Dr. Ansel Augustine, who is actually one of our speakers at the convention. I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but oh well, spoiler alert. And Valimar Jansen. So Dr. Augustine and Valimar are going to be providing this on Tuesday, January 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Again, it is free for all NPM members, but pre-registration is required because we do want to make sure that we keep the Zoom room safe, for lack of a better term, as the workshop will be available on Zoom that evening. So visit npm.org to register now. Registration is live. You'll be able to see that on one of the sliders on the homepage. And those are really just a couple of things. There are a lot of things coming up. So we encourage you to stay close to social media as always, and also stay close to your email inbox, as we will continue to provide more programming and more options on Notebook and our other email blasts that we send you.
We are so happy that you guys joined us today. We do invite you to join us again today at 3 o'clock if you have any questions. We're going to do our best to answer everything we can about membership tiers, about the convention, about anything that we can address with any good clarity. And again, we just so much appreciate the time that you've taken and your continued support of NPM.
Thank you so much. We hope to see you at 3 o'clock today. And thank you, like Berta said, thank you for being a part of NPM. Take care, stay healthy, stay safe, and Happy New Year. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.